Hey guys, it's Kayla.
And I'm Mark Allen.
And this is our channel. Here we talk about all things Disney, as well as how to plan your Walt Disney World vacation.
Yep, so if that interests you, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned.
All right, so today, first things first, we are shooting on our brand new camera, and we finally got our new lens for it, and we got a microphone. So please let us know, how do we look? How do we sound?
I think you look good.
Oh, thanks.
Look at her new haircut. You guys like her new hair?
I
like her new hair.
Now. But yeah, so let us know what you guys think. Now on to what this video is actually about. As a lot of you know, we just got back from our trip in December, and we used the Deluxe Dining Plan on this trip, which I was really excited to use because, I feel like everybody's like, oh, someday I want to use that Deluxe Dining Plan and get all those meal credits and all that stuff. But since this was such a short trip, we were wanting to eat at a lot of table service restaurants, it just kind of made sense for us. So what we are going to do today is basically read off every single thing that we ate. Everything. There's a lot, so get ready for that.
I hope you guys have eaten before this video, because if not, you're probably going to be really hungry.
Yes. So we're going to basically read off every single thing that we ate, and then what credits we used, and then what the cash value for each of those items were. Now, a couple things before we get started. First of all, I am doing all of these numbers pre-tax and minus gratuity, just because I know that those things kind of create some weird outlier stuff and messes with the numbers. So everything that I'm reading is before tax. There are a few things that I apologize if they're a little bit off. I had to Google a few things because I lost some receipts, but I think I have everything as close to accurate as possible. The other thing I wanted to mention is that there are some items that we did choose to pay cash for and not use a credit. Either A, because it wasn't eligible on the dining plan, or because it really was not going to be a good use of a credit. So we wanted to save those credits for something different. For example, we got the black and white cookie from Festival of the Holidays, and that cookie was only $2.50, which for snack credit, that's not a good value. So we were like, we're just going to pay out of pocket for that and then use our snack credits for something with a better value.
So generally for snack credits, if you're right around that $5 mark, it's generally a good use for a snack credit.
Yes.
So we try to keep that rule in mind.
Now, what is the Deluxe Dining Plan? You're probably asking.
Heaven on earth.
You're not wrong.
That's what it is.
You're not wrong. The Deluxe Dining Plan is $119 per night per person of your stay. And it includes 3 interchangeable credits. So those credits can be used at table service or quick service restaurants. And then you also get 2 snacks per night, and then you get a refillable drink mug, and that's per person. So that was the plan that we did.
Yeah. I think one caveat with those credits is that if you are a math person and you're just like, I need to get the biggest bang out of my buck, go to as many table service and use those credits as table service if you can.
And signature.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or character dining, too, because character dining is usually a lot more expensive because you're paying for that experience.
Yes. All right, you ready to get into these numbers?
Yep. Okay, so day 1, we started out at Ample Hills Creamery, and there we got the ice cream sandwich, and we used a snack credit, and that was $6.99. Then we got the black and white cookie from Festival of the Holidays, and that was $2.50. Because of that, we did choose to pay out of pocket for that and not use a snack credit. Then for dinner that night, we went to Topolino's Terrace, and because that is a signature dining experience, we did end up using 4 table service credits. All in all, out of pocket, that would have been $197 before tax and gratuity.
Now, for this meal, for your table service credit, what you get a entree, an appetizer, a dessert, and a specialty beverage. So each of us got all 4 of those things.
Yeah. So it was basically a 3-course meal for each of us. So that's where that lot of food thing comes in.
Yes. All right, and then day 2, we were at Magic Kingdom all day pretty much. So we started the morning at the Plaza Restaurant. And so we each got an entree and we each got a specialty beverage. So that was 2 table service credits. And the cash value for that was $45 before tax and gratuity. Then we had second breakfast.
Yeah.
And we got a Cheshire Cat tail, which was a snack credit, and that was $5.49. And then we got another snack later on in the day. We got the I Lava You float from Sunshine Tree Terrace, which was
Say that 10 times fast.
That's so hard to say. Which was also a snack credit. That was $6.99 cash value. And then we did get some spring rolls from the spring roll cart, which those are not eligible on the dining plan. So those we did pay cash for, which was $7.50 for 2 spring rolls. And then we headed back to our resort and we got a mini king cake and beignets because we were at Port Orleans French Quarter and you got to get those beignets. So that was 2 snack credits, which altogether our cash value for that was $9.08. And then for dinner, we had another big dinner at California Grill. So again, this is another signature dining restaurant. So 4 total table service credits. Again, you get an entree, appetizer, dessert, and specialty beverage per person. So lots of food. Our grand total for that ended up being $202 before tax and gratuity. And then we finished out the evening at Scat Cat Lounge, and Kayla got a drink, which was $13 and not eligible on the dining plan. Cool.
All right. So the next day was day 3, and we were at Epcot all day from basically rope drop to fireworks, because that's how we like to do it. Mm-hmm. And we started out the morning at Garden Grill, and we used 2 table service credits. And all in all, that was $106. Again, as per the norm, before tax and gratuity.
And that is an all you care to eat. So like family style, not a buffet, but you could have as much as you wanted.
Yeah.
And then we did also get some drinks too.
Yeah. Then for lunch, we went to Spice Road Table. And again, we did use 2 table service credits here. All in all, that meal out of pocket would have been $122.92. Then we went to the Germany Pavilion and we got a pretzel, and that was $10. This was not dining plan eligible, so we did choose to pay out of pocket for that, for the $10. Then we went to the caramel store, and there we got a caramel apple oatmeal cookie and a caramel marshmallow swirl. And both of those were snack credit eligible. Each of those were $4.59 or $9.18 altogether.
And then something else about the caramel store, since it is technically a merchandise location, you do get a discount if you're an annual pass holder. So if we would have paid cash, we actually would have just gotten a discount, but we had snack credits, so we decided to use those.
Yeah. Then later that evening, we did go to a popcorn stand, and we got some popcorn and a Coke. The popcorn was $6.25. The Coke was $4.25. We did pay out of pocket for those with cash. So later that evening, when we were waiting for the fireworks, it was so cold. So we went over to Joffrey's and we got a couple hot chocolates. And that was $7.98. And because of the pricing, we did pay out of pocket for those. Now, kind of a caveat here, we did use our annual pass discount and ended up getting 20% off. And so we actually ended up paying $6.80 instead of the full $7.98. Mm-hmm. So,
but for the purpose of this video, because I know not everyone is annual pass holder, we're just going to use the $7.98 just for you guys. So.
Yeah.
All right, and then our final day was a little weird. Originally, we had planned on getting up really early to go to Hollywood Studios, but I was sick, and so we decided to sleep in that morning. And so we had originally intended on doing like a breakfast and a lunch there, but obviously since we went late, we only ended up getting one meal there, so it kind of messed with some of our credits, which you'll kind of see here in a second. So we did eat at Docking Bay 7, which was a quick service, the only quick service restaurant that we ate this whole trip, which I was like, really? And yeah, I guess it was. But we both got an entree, we both got a drink, and then we both got a dessert, which the desserts were actually snack credits. So for that meal, we did end up using 2 quick service and 2 snack credits. So grand total for everything was $69.95. And then we did go to the milk stand and we got a green milk and a blue milk, which each of those was also a snack credit. And those were $7.99 a piece. And then we did finish out our day with some beignets back at our hotel because we had to get them one last time, which again, those were 1 snack credit and $4.49 cash value. Now, if you've been doing the math as we go along, you'll know that we have 2 quick service credits remaining. Which again, we would have used that morning if we had gone to Hollywood Studios earlier. But we did get some cool snack souvenirs. So you can exchange 1 meal credit for 3 like snacks. So the little like Rice Krispies and chocolate bars and things like that you can get at the gift shops, you can get 3 of those. So we got 3 Rice Krispie treats and 3 chocolate bars, which total altogether, those would have been $29.14.
Yeah. One thing to know, I know throughout this video we've been saying like quick service credit or a table service credit. Keep in mind that these are interchangeable.
Yes.
So like when Kayla just said we had 2 quick service, we meant quick service kind of because those quick service at the end of your stay, if you have something left over, 1 quick service equals 3 snacks. So that's kind of a little caveat there. Again, we could have actually went and done another table service if we wanted to, but they were left over at the end of our stay, so we wanted to get something basically tangible to not completely waste it, if you will.
Right. Okay, so now for the big grand total numbers. So basically I calculated all of what we spent, or not what we spent, but like what the cash value of everything was. And it would have been before tax and before gratuity, $881.69. Now, if you take out the out-of-pocket, because we paid just over $50 out-of-pocket, that brings it down to $830 is basically the cash value of what we spent on our trip. Now, we paid $714 for the dining plan for the 4 days that we were there. So if you kind of do that math and you subtract all of that out, we ended up saving $64.52.
Yeah.
So not too bad. Like I said, we probably would have saved a little bit more had we been able to use those last 2 credits. But I mean, I'm very pleased that we came out ahead.
Yeah.
Because I know we did the quick service dining plan in October? May. And I did not like that dining plan because we came out behind.
We maybe broke even on that one.
Yeah. That one, it was just really hard because when we eat quick service, we usually share. And we planned everything out that we were going to eat, but when we got there, we just didn't end up eating as much as we thought we were going to. And so I had a really hard time, like, being like, yeah, I like this, because it just, I don't know, it felt kind of wasteful to me.
Yeah.
But this dining plan, I really did feel like we got a great value because we were able to eat at a lot of very expensive restaurants. And actually enjoy those dining experiences.
Yeah. I think that's the other thing is that, like, with this dining plan, it just made that trip so much more memorable for us because they were dining experiences.
Yes.
Like, we did eat at California Grill, and I think I will always remember when we got to watch the New Year's Eve fireworks from California Grill.
And I thought I was going to die because I was so sick.
Yeah.
Not from the food. I had a really bad like head cold thing. So.
Yeah. And so kind of like switching topics, I think our overall thoughts were, obviously, you probably figured out by now, we really did enjoy the deluxe dining plan because everything was more about an experience when you dine versus not just eating to like satisfy hunger and keep living.
And one thing I will say too, so we took a trip, like our honeymoon trip in 2017. And we didn't use a dining plan. We paid cash, but we did eat at a lot of table service signature restaurants during that trip too. And I remember part of what made that trip so memorable was some of those dining experiences. Like to this day, we still talk about our Gico meal and Victorian Albert's, which I know is not actually like dining plan, whatever. But I mean, there was just a lot of those meals that we had that were so memorable. And I remember then when we went in May and we just did quick service, we didn't need any table service. I was like, I don't know, I just felt like I was missing something. Yeah. And so doing this trip again, I think that was really what made this trip so memorable, was because we did eat at some really cool places. Yeah. Which I think that's important. So if you're somebody if your family are big foodies, this may be a really great option for you. Yeah. If you guys are not big foodies, or you have some really picky eaters in your family, or you guys share a lot of meals, or you're really not into the whole like fancy dining thing, you probably won't get the best value out of the deluxe dining plan, and you may look into doing something more like the quick service or the standard dining plan.
Well, and kind of adding on to that, I think probably if you are someone that this might be, say, your first time you've ever gone to Disney World, and you were all about like the rides, the attractions, the meet and greets, all of that, like all of these table service things, they're long experiences.
I would say most of them we were there for at least 2 hours.
Yeah, probably on average. Yeah. And so they take up time. And if you are someone that's like, I need to ride every single ride, or I need to meet every single character, this might kind of throw a wrench in your plans, because these dining experiences do take time, and you have to allow for that.
Well, that even threw us off on the first night, because the first night we had intended on going to Animal Kingdom, and like we were like gung-ho about it, but because our meal took way longer than I thought it would, we were like, well,
yeah,
they close in like 30 minutes.
yeah. So obviously that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I would say that's about the only couple of things where I would be like, yeah, this deluxe dining plan might not be for you.
I would also say it depends on how long your trip is. For us, because this was such a short trip, it worked out great, because we were able to cram a lot into a very few short days and very, very busy park days. And so we weren't really wanting to be out standing in lines for 12 years. Yeah. But like, so we have our trip coming up in April where we're going to be gone for 2 weeks. And for us, when we did the math, we would have been spending probably $1,000 more on food than what we would actually like need to be spending. And so it just didn't make sense for that. So that's another thing. You kind of have to do a little bit of the math and know like where you're eating, kind of thing. Like I said, this trip we were eating at like 2 table service restaurants a day. Yeah. Which that's not really normal. I mean, maybe it is, but there's just a few of those things to think about for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I will say we are using the standard dining plan for our April trip. So there will be a review out after that. No, we're not using the new like dining plan plus plan for our April trip. Although I kind of wish we were, but we had already like balanced all of our credits out. So it doesn't monetarily make sense for us to do that. But maybe in the future, that might have to be our next one.
So yeah, just a couple, like I know we mentioned these earlier in the video. Keep snack credits around $5. And obviously, for the deluxe dining plan, use as many of them as table service credits as possible, because that'll get you the biggest bang for your buck. And the other thing too is that if something doesn't go to plan, like our dining plan did not go to plan because Kayla ended up getting sick. You know, that's sometimes the reality.
Part of it.
So
it's just part of it, which it's fine. Worst comes to worst, just get you some snackies to take home.
Yep. Get you some Ricey Krispies.
Yep. All right, well, I know this video was long, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave some comments down below. What are your thoughts on the dining plan? Do you love it or do you hate it? We are always curious to know. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. And of course, if you want to see more videos, we still have some trip vlogs coming out. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you know when they're uploaded. But other than that, we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.